What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Browns video for you guys as the Browns 2025 preseason is officially in the books. And now it's time to cut the roster down to 53. And I already know this is one of the most stressful times of the year for a lot of these NFL players because, as you know, if you've watched Hard Knocks, those poor guys be stressing the hell out, just waiting to see if they get that call. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. When the team calls you and says, yeah, coach needs to see you in his office. And from the moment you get the call to when you get to the facility, I know their mind is racing, thinking about, uh-oh, what's going to happen? Did I make the roster? Am I getting cut? Am I going to be on the practice squad? Right? What am I going to do about my family? Where am I going to live? You know, these guys got kids and pets and stuff. It's a tough time, but that's just the way the NFL is. It's a business, right? So, being said, it's now time for my Browns 2025 53-man roster prediction. And we'll see how many of these guys I get right. Now, it's important to note that just because you're on the 53-man roster after 4 p.m. tomorrow does not officially mean you're on the team, because you still gotta get through waiver claims. Yeah. And for anyone who doesn't know how that works, well, let me explain it nice and easy. Say the Browns go out and claim 6 players on waivers on Tuesday, right? Well, then that means the Browns must cut 6 players on the roster to make space. So, yeah, these guys think, oh yeah, I made the 53-man roster. Woohoo, let's go. And then come Tuesday, they get a phone call saying, yeah, we're going to cut you. Man, that must hurt like a bitch. You think, woohoo, I made the roster. Let's go celebrate. And then Tuesday comes around and you still get cut because waiver claims happened. That's tough. Now, before I get into my 53-man roster prediction, I actually have a couple news pieces to talk about. And the first one actually has nothing to do with the Browns, at least the team in general. But it does have something to do with a player on the Browns, as you already know who I'm talking about. Yep. I'm talking about Shedeur's brother, Shiloh. As, according to Tom Pelissero on Twitter, and I quote, the Bucks waived rookie safety Shiloh Sanders. And I already know what y'all are thinking right now. Are the Browns going to do it? I don't know. It depends. Does Andrew Berry think we need to add at safety? I think corner, yes. Safety, I'm not so sure about. So we'll see what happens there. Now, from non-Browns related news, we got Browns related news. Yeah. And it involves a player that I viewed as on the bubble. This comes yesterday from Cam Justice on Twitter, and I quote, this is some really amazing news right here, too. Browns Kevin Stefanski said that undrafted free agent defensive end Aiden Huntington has made the 53-man roster. And then he's quoted by saying, and I quote, Aiden played fullback for us in the first play of the game, which was pretty cool. He played special teams. He was flying down the field making plays all preseason on special teams. Was disruptive on defense. He had 1.5 sacks yesterday. He's on our football team. AB said I could share that with you guys. So how about that? Aiden Huntington does not have to stress out about making this team. I don't even think they're going to get rid of him if they make waiver claims. I think you could put his name on the roster in Sharpie, at least this year, because he was doing everything. That's a player that you want on this team, right? He was willing to do whatever it took to make this roster. He did a little offense. He did some special teams, played defense. If they asked him, he would have cleaned up the entire stadium and parked cars, took tickets, sold food, anything. Oh man, but yeah, that's good to see right there. Now, with that, let's get into my 53-man roster prediction. And of course, we're going to start off with the most important position on the team, the quarterbacks. Now, right away, you notice 4 quarterbacks. He's Deshaun at? He's injured. I'm not even considering him a part of the team right now. But yeah, I think they carry 4. Obviously, Flacco, Gabriel, and Sanders. And then you have Pickett. I put Pickett at the bottom and with an asterisk because right now he's injured. And 2, they could trade him at some point. They're saying that they want to try to keep 4, but all it takes is one team to call and give an offer that they can't pass up. And then it's bye-bye Kenny again. Nah, but I think they carry 4, and then we'll see what happens on the trade deadline. I'd be shocked if they carry 4 the entire season. But now we go to running backs. And technically, I have us carrying 3. But once Judkins signs, I still think they carry 3. Unless they like Pierre Strong enough to keep him and make it 4. Then that'll make things very interesting for the rest of the roster. But as you see, until Judkins signs, which he still hasn't signed yet, as of the making of this video, it is August 24th, 2025, 12:50 p.m. Yeah, still hasn't signed yet. Sampson, Ford, and Strong, solid running back room. This is a position that I think the Browns could add to via waivers or free agency or trade. I mean, I already did a video talking about the Browns scouring the trade market looking for a running back. And I think if they do trade for a running back or they sign one or whatever, I think Pierre Strong go bye-bye. Yep. And then that would mean our running back room would still have 4, but it'd be Sampson, Ford, outside running back, and Judkins. That's what it's going to be. We go to tight ends, and I have them carrying 3 for now. Njoku, Fenton, and Whiteheart. Okay, it's simple enough. Receivers, Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, Jamari Thrash, Isaiah Bond. Those 4 have been locked in this whole time. DeAndre Carter, although technically he's going to be a return man, so we'll see what they do there. And then I say Gage Laverdane makes the roster, at least for now. But you notice, no Deontay Johnson. I just don't think he did enough to justify making this roster. You know, I mean, he was a practical no-show half the freaking preseason in terms of games, like what he did. And when he did get the ball, he'd drop it. Except yesterday, he actually did get a catch, just one, on one target yesterday, but that's it. He practically was doing most of the cardio out there. Then we go to the O-line. And as you see, I have them carrying 9 O-linemen. Of course, you have the starters, Jones, Bitonio, Posick, who's injured, but it sounds like it might not be serious. Taylor and Conklin. And then you have the backups, Lucas, Whippler, Jenkins, and Zinter. Simple enough, right? Nothing shocking there. Then we get to the defense, and I actually split it up into edge and D-tackle. Edge rushers, Garrett, McGuire, Wright, Tryon Shoyinka, Quora, and Henry. Yeah. So I have them carrying 6 edge rushers. And then D-tackles, 4. Collins, Graham, Aiden Huntington, and Hall. I think Huntington making the roster means Shelby Harris go bye-bye. I think they want to get younger at that position. Yeah. Unless they make Aiden an edge rusher, which could then push a guy like KJ Henry off the roster. Or Julian, even, because Julian got hurt. I mean, I think they could easily put one of those guys on the practice squad. It's good to see Huntington make the roster, though. We know he is locked in for sure. Linebackers. We got, of course, the Rook, Schlesinger, who has been a dog all preseason, making plays all over the field, even during camp. Bush, Baker, Diabate, and Reed. Pretty good linebacker unit. Oh, where's JOK at? If you're seriously asking where JOK is, you have not been watching my videos or anything like that. He's out for the year with a neck injury that he suffered last year. He's still coming back from it. I think he was in the facility recently watching practice, but yeah, he's on the PUP list, I think it is. So he's done for the year. Hopefully he'll be back next year. And let me tell you something. JOK coming back with Schlesinger and maybe like another rookie somewhere. Maybe Sonny. Oh damn! Don't let the Browns get Sonny Styles when he comes out. Oh, it's gonna be lit. Of course, you got Diabate, you got Reed and Baker and Bush. Interestingly enough, though, Bush is actually dealing with legal matters of his own. But if he could just stay out of the clink, I think he'll be a serviceable linebacker for us this year. He was making plays yesterday, too. How about Schlesinger on that? What was the first play of the freaking game? That lunatic Jim Schwartz had this dude hand in the dirt playing defensive line. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy Schwartz, man, you are a madman. But I love it. He's like a mad scientist. Love it, man. He's going to have so much fun with this front seven, mixing things up, confusing the hell out of quarterbacks. I love it. Now we get to the secondary, starting with the corners. I have them carrying 6. Of course, Ward, Newsome, and Mitchell, Needham, Brown, and Harden. I think this is another position that the Browns could look to add via waivers, trade, or free agency. I know Andrew Berry's going to look to add depth because, like I've said so many times in the past, we've already lost MJ Emerson for the year. One more injury to a guy like Ward, who's already hurt his shoulder, and Newsome's coming off an injury. You lose one of those two guys, we're cooked. Because Mitchell, I can't really trust him. After that, Needham, I mean, he's not horrible. But then you get to the special teamer dudes. Tony Brown, Miles Harden, who yesterday. The hell are you a corner and you can't freaking get an easy pick? That thing was a duck. It was right to you. Like, you couldn't have had an easier pick if they put it in your freaking hands. Like, they literally took the ball and placed it in your hands. Come on, you gotta make that damn catch. You're lucky it's preseason, Miles, because I tell you what, if that happened in the regular season and we ended up losing the game because of that, out of here. You gone. Can't have that. Can't have that. The same thing happened to Cam Mitchell a couple years ago in Seattle. Remember that game? Dude had a freaking pick 6 right there. What the bozo can't catch? Talk about receivers using the jugs machine. Corners need to use that damn thing more than the receivers do. The hell are you a corner and you can't freaking catch a damn ball? That's your job. How many dropped interceptions has this secondary had over the years? The last couple of years? You know, they are so lucky that they didn't really have like a kangaroo court kind of thing these days. I don't even, they might actually do. I don't know. If I was the cornerbacks coach, right? With every dropped interception that these guys have in a game this year, they got to donate a certain amount of money, right? $100, whatever, right? Just donate to charity or something. Oh, man. That'll motivate them to get freaking, or dock their pay. No, they can't do that. Can't do that. Or take away reps. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, take away reps. But you can't do that either. It's against the rules. But still, you gotta catch the damn ball. Now we look at safeties. Delpit, obviously. Hickman. And then you have Jenkins and KZ. I have those two making the team. Although I think of the two, I think Jenkins is more likely to make it all the way through past Tuesday. KZ really hasn't done anything. I barely heard his name all preseason. Could you just imagine though if they cut KZ and then claim Shiloh? Oh, brother. Oh. The only way I think you could justify getting rid of Jenkins or KZ, or both of them, is if like you immediately go out and get an absolute dog at safety via waivers or free agency or trade or whatever. You know, because there's going to be some good ones out there. So we'll see what they do there. And then, of course, special teams. Dustin Hopkins will be the kicker, although some people believe that Dustin's on his way out because, he hasn't been good. I'm going to give him a couple weeks in the regular season, and we'll see how he does. If this loser loses us a game with a missed kick, I'm going to freaking say, okay, out of here. His leash is like that short with me. Yeah. He practically doesn't even have a leash with me. Miss one kick that my brain is all over the place. If you miss a game-losing kick, right? If you lose because of you, you're out of here. That's what I'm trying to say. God. Hunter, of course, would be Corey Bojorquez, and Holder, I meant long snapper. Hang on. Let me change this real quick. Whoops. Doing this in video. Long snapper will be Rex. The holder is Corey. That's better. Okay. All right. So I don't think it'd be a good idea to have your freaking long snapper hold the ball. Imagine the long snapper snaps the ball, has to run back and hold it. Oh my God. That's funny. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for that. That's my 53-man roster. I'm pretty sure I got it right. People are gonna count and say, "Oh, it's 54." Well, technically, Judkins isn't on the team right now because he hasn't signed. So that's 53. And when he eventually does sign, whenever that'll be, they're gonna have to make a move to open up a spot for him. So we'll see what they do. But with that being said, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this one. And as always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell. And yeah, we'll see what happens over the next 27 or so hours. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. is the cut down. So wish all those players at the bottom of the roster the best of luck. And yeah, see what happens. It's going to be fun. With that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. And I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.